Hello all, welcome to GB Reddy Automation World. Right. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Right. For ongoing API interview questions. Right. In this session, we'll start with what are the top 25 questions we can expect in the interview. Right. We'll start with one by one quickly. We'll jump into the question. First one is, what is JSON serialization, deserialization in REST assured? Right, you should have at least before watching this, right, if you want to watch minimum requirement is you should have at least minimum basic knowledge on REST assured and API testing using at least Postman or so. Right, then only you will understand little bit. Right. Then what is JSON serialization, deserialization? Okay, what is serialization? Right, in Java also we will have serialization, deserialization. What is serialization means? Right, serialization is the process of converting object into file, object into some file, or object into some network object. Right, converting object into another form. Deserialization is converting back into object. Right, here one example is serialization is the process of converting Java object into JSON representation. Right, I have a employee object. Right, the process of converting Java object, suppose employee object, into JSON format in REST assured is serialization. When write a request body in the JSON format, I want to send a request body in the JSON format. I want to execute a one request. Right, I want to execute one request in the JSON format. Then we will convert our object into JSON. Suppose if you have little bit idea on REST assured. Suppose I have employee object. Okay, I cannot send directly this as a object. Right, if you know the Postman, right, we will use the JSON format, right, to execute the request JSON body. Right, so in REST assured directly we cannot send a employee as a body. So first we have to convert it. Right, we can create some employee object, right, with string and name and int some ID by using object mapper. Right, there is a object mapper class. What it will do, object mapper dot write value as string. What it will do, it will convert Java object to string payload. Right, it is easy to set in the Java. Right, if you want to send a data body, right, if you want to prepare a body, then it is very easy. If you have a Pojo classes, it is very easy. You can directly create the Pojo class object, convert into JSON string. Right, it's very easy. Otherwise, if you want to give the JSON in the code, right, a little bit difficult if you want to give. Right, Pojo to, right, this is called Pojo class to conversion of Java object into JSON string is called serialization. Now, how to execute? If we have some idea, a little bit rest assured. First, we have to set the base URI. What is the base URL of the API, and then given content type as JSON, and then body. Set the JSON body. Right, here in REST assured, what is the form? Given, when, then. We will have like this, given, when, then, like cucumber scenarios, right? Similarly, here also given, when, then. Given, what is given? Content type as JSON and body. Given, when. When means action, post. We are doing the post action, resource URL. Then status code, we are expecting 20. Right, here the employee object is serialized into JSON string before being sent in the request. Right, deserialization means what? Suppose I want to get the response. Right, I will get some response in the JSON format. Again, converting that JSON into object, employee object is called a deserialization. Deserialization. Suppose here I have a REST base URI. I am getting one employee. Right, REST assured dot get one employee, and Get response in string format, response.getBody.string, we will get in the string format. Again object mapper we will use, object mapper dot read value JSON response into employee object. So we will get the employee object. Right, if you convert into employee, it's very easy, right, to get the data. If you want to read the data from the JSON, it's difficult. Right, if you convert into employee, it's very easy to read the data. Right, this is deserialization. Converting JSON to object is called a deserialization. Right, serialization means converting Java objects into JSON. Deserialization means convert JSON into objects. We can use JSON or JSON. Commonly used REST assured jar files. The next question is, what are commonly used HTTP methods? Commonly used HTTP methods. HTTP methods, what are the common methods? Right, in the RESTful services, we will mostly use some HTTP methods. What are get, post, put, delete, right? Mostly these four we will use: get, post, put, delete. Get, why we will use get? Get is used to retrieve the data from the server. Get is used to retrieve the data from the server. Get is a idempotent. Idempotent means what? Multiple times. If you call same request, get means suppose employee 1, I am getting employee object 10 times I have executed same request. Right, it will not create any resource, just to retrieve, right? It will not create any resource. If it is not creating resource means idempotent, it is a idempotent. We will learn in further question more. Right, given, when, given, and then when get right, users, then status code 200. Post. Post is used to send the server to create a new resource. Right, typically it will insert the new data. If you want to create the new employee, then we will use a post request. Right, given content type body in the JSON format, and then when post, then 201. Right, put. Post is not idempotent because every time it will create a new resource, so it is not idempotent. Put is used to update the existing resource or create one if does not exist. Right, put update the existing resource or create one if does not exist. The request body contains complete updated resource. It is idempotent. Right, suppose same object, same data we are updating multiple times. That is called idempotent. If you are creating every time new resource means not idempotent. Here, right, we are put means it will update the existing data. Patch. Patch is what used to partially update an existing resource. Right, I want to update only age. Right, by using patch we can update only particular data, partial data. But by using put we have to send entire JSON body, If we send only age, it will not accept. But patch it will accept only age, only name, right? Like partial data. Right, delete is used to delete a resource. It is also idempotent. Right, head is there, right? Similar to get, but only retrieves response headers. Header will retrieve only response headers. Options means use it to retrieve available HTTP methods. Suppose users are there. What is the HTTP method for this get? Right, it will retrieve that. Right, get is used to retrieve the data. Get is idempotent. Post is to create the resource. It is not idempotent. Put is update or create a resource. It is idempotent. And then patch is a partially updated resource. It is not idempotent. Delete is a resource idempotent. Head is retrieves the headers. It is idempotent. Options are it is idempotent. Put, post and patch are not idempotent. Idempotent means whenever you request the same data will come, right? 10 times if you request also same data, we will retrieve or update same data. It will not create any resource. The next one is, what are the SOAP web services? Right, it is a right alternative to REST. Right, SOAP is a simple object access protocol. Simple object access protocol. Right. This SOAP is in right nowadays everyone are using REST web services only, but previously we have a SOAP also. I think nowadays no one is using this. It is also a protocol like a REST. It is also a protocol used to exchange the structured information between systems over a network. It is based on XML. Right. SOAP web services are based on XML. It is commonly used for web services that require high security, reliability, ACID compliant infrastructures. Right. If you want a high security, then we will go for a mostly SOAP. It will provide a more secure way. Right. It is a protocol based. Right. It is a SOAP follows a strict XML based messaging protocol. Transport independent. Right. Can work over HTTP, TCP, JMS, SMTP. We can send all over the networks. Highly secure. It is very secure. Supports reliable messaging. Strict contract. Right here, SOAP web service. What is the common? It will have a SOAP. Some format will be there. Right. SOAP has a SOAP message in the format. See like the SOAP envelope, SOAP header, SOAP body. Inside we will have a request in the form of XML. In the format XML. In the format of XML. Right. It will have an envelope, header, body, and then right. It will have a WSDL file. WSDL file means web services description language. It is the XML based file. It will have the all the operations. That means if you want to get the request, if you want to add the employee, if you want to get the employee, update the employee, right? All the requests are operation. Each one is one operation. Add is one operation, get is one operation, put is one operation, delete is one operation. Right? It will have some syntax. Right, like this is suppose simple example for right get. Right, what is the difference between SOAP and REST? SOAP it is uses a SOAP protocol. It uses HTTP methods get, post, put. Data format XML. Here it will use JSON or XML. It will support both. Security here WS security SSL. Here we have a OAuth to JWT SSL security. Speed wise slower due to XML parsing. It is faster with JSON. Strict contract WSDL file is there. No flexible, no WSDL. More flexible, no WSDL. Banking and enterprise process. If you want more security, then we will go for SOAP. And web and mobile application, we will choose REST. Right. Can we use here? Can you use a put request instead of post request to create the resource? Can you use a put request? Usually what get is to retrieve, post is to create, put is to update, right? Delete is delete. But here question is, can we use put to create the resource instead of post? Right? Yes, we can create put request to create the resource if the client provide it's a specific resource identifier like uses what is the identifier we have to provide the identifier. However, it behaves differently from post request. See, purpose of post is create a new resource. Put is to update, create or update. Idempotency. Idempotent means no. Multiple requests create duplicates. Idempotency. It is idempotent. Yes, request gives the same result. Server generates the ID. Here, client provides the ID. Right. If you want to update the resource by using put, what we have to provide, which data we want to update it. Right. Creates a new record each time. Update the existing record if it exists, otherwise create. Right. When to use put for resource creation? When the client must define the resource ID. Right. If we have a ID, you are creating the ID 1, 2, 3, 4, then we will go for put. When the operation should be idempotent. Right. Same request, same result. When updating an existing resource is allowed. Right, we can create by using put also. When should you not use put for creation? If the server should not generate a unique ID, then put should not be used. Right, if the server should not generate a unique ID, then put should not be used. If you need to create multiple new resources, post is better since put overrides. Anyway, what is the REST API? Alright, it is a representational state transfer application programming interface. Right, representational state transfer. REST means representational state transfer. It is a web service that allows system to communicate over the internet using HTTP method. Right, why we will use this REST API? Right, I want to send data from Java application to .NET application, Python to right different type of application. If we want to communicate between different or same type, Java to Java we can send, or Java to .NET, one platform to another platform we can send. Suppose if you take right any right you are booking a one right flight ticket, right, or bus ticket, right. Database will be in some other, right, database will be over some other server, UI will be some other vendor, DB belongs to some other vendor, UI belongs to some other vendor. What they will do whenever we search, I want to go from Vijayawada to Hyderabad, right, or US to flight US to right Hyderabad, what are the flights available, right. Whenever we will search it, what they will send in a either JSON or XML format. It will from DB it will get the data, it will convert into and then to whatever application, whether it is a Java application, .NET application, Python application, whatever it may be, UI, right. This is a easily we can transfer the data, right. There is no dependency, right. It should be a Java application only, it should be a .NET, we know it any application can access, right. That is the advantage of the REST API, right. Representational state transfer is a web service that allows communicate to multiple systems over the HTTP methods. Right. Then what is the characteristics of REST API? Stateless. Each request is independent. The server does not store client session data. Client server architecture. It has a client and a server backend. Catchable. Responses can be catched to improve performance. Uniform interface. Uses standard HTTP method. Resource-based URLs. Right. Layered system can work with multiple layers and supports multiple formats. Right. It will support JSON, XML, YAML, or plain text also. It will support multiple formats. Right. Get is used to retrieve the data. Post is used to create. Put is to update or create. Patch is partially update. Delete to remove. Right. This is the sample get request, post request. Right. What is the difference between REST and SOAP? REST uses HTTP protocol. SOAP uses XML based SOAP protocol. Format it will support JSON, XML, plain text. It will support only XML. It is very faster. SOAP is slower. Uses OAuth, JWT, SSL security, and SOAP WSL security. Web and mobile application, banking and enterprise applications. Right. How do we differentiate path and query parameters in an API request? Right. There are two types of parameters will be there. One is path parameters. One is request parameters. Path parameters, query parameters. Request or query. Right. Path and query query parameters are used in API endpoint to send the data, but they have different purpose. Right. We'll see. Path variable means what? Path parameters are part of URL structure. See, suppose I want to get particular user, particular employee, right? Slash we will go. It is the part of URL and right and are used to specify a resource. They are mandatory and define hierarchical relationship. This is the mandatory path parameter. If you don't send, what will happen? It will not return particular one. Used for identification of specific resource, right? I want to get 23 user, right? It will identify specific user. Required in the URL structure, cannot be optional, right? No question mark or and symbols. Used in RESTful resource naming. right? Query parameters are like, see, question mark, key comma, key equal to value, and if you want multiple, if you want to send, and key equal to value. Query parameters are part of URL after question mark, and are used to filter the data. I want, right? They are used to filter the and modify the request. They are optional. They are not mandatory. Suppose users, I want to get age equal to 25. We have to give question mark and key equal to value and sort. These are all given by, right, developer only. Right, exactly same names we have to give. If we go different keys, it will not work. Age equal to 25, sort descending order. Right, it will filter or modify the data. It will filter, right, or otherwise filter and modify. That means it is basically to filter the data. Right, path parameters purpose is identify the specific resource. It is filters the data. Mandatory, yes. Here path query parameters, no. It is in the URL. It is after question mark in the URL. Fetches a specific resource, search and filters the users. Here single slash, here question mark and symbol we will use. Right, we'll continue in the next, remaining in the next class. Thanks for watching. If you like my way of teaching and the, please subscribe to the channel. Please comment if you need more details on any question, or if you want to give any suggestions. Right, you are welcome. Comment in the comment section. Right, just share it to your friends. Thanks for watching.